I walked onto the track, it was like a scene out of Saving Private Ryan.
And you have to be crazy.
Madness helps.
It really feels natural to me. It feels really natural, actually. It's like walking. My dad got me a bike when I was 3. Started riding around the garden at my mum and dad's house when I was a little kid, and then started racing when I was 6. My dad did it when he was, not when he was a kid, but when he got old enough to get a bike, and then he got us into it. And you see other families that have been doing it for generations.
When I met my husband, I was 17 and he was already doing it.
Joe was born into it, and when I met Joe, that was the first time he ever took me, and it's hooked ever since.
It is an extreme sport for sure, yeah. It's different to any other motorsport as well, I think, because it's for one, it's off-road, but when you're flying through the air and things like that, adds another element. A bit of an escape from stressful life and all that. Something to actually look forward to every weekend. Something good to do with the family. Gives you a sense of purpose, I suppose.
He had to take some time off for an injury, and he was fed up. And that was an insight into him living without motocross. I don't think it'd be ever fulfilled.
Joe would hate it. He wouldn't manage life, I don't think, without it.
No, he spent his days on motocross games.
Yeah.
So he still reenact it in his brain.
For the kids, I just want them to enjoy it. They see a lot of schoolboy dads, they call them, and they're just really, really pushy parents, and they're awful. And the kid doesn't like it. You can see the kid's like crying at the side of the track. I would never be like that.
And look at Seth, right? So from a balance bike at 3 to a pedal bike,
Yeah, 3.
to a motorbike at 3, and that's what Joe was doing at 3, riding the motorbike.
Yeah.
And when people see it, it's incredible. It's addictive.
Yeah.
It's addictive because it's like jumping out of a plane. It's an extreme sport, and the adrenaline that they get from it is not anywhere else in their life.
Gives you a good buzz. It's not like a adrenaline junkie sort of thing. It's a bit more calculated than that, I think.
We watched Joe, didn't we? We came round and watched Joe.
He was on the telly. I watched him on telly.
Yeah. And I think it's a 12-mile lap, 1,000 riders in the soft sand, and you worry if they're going to make it when
You were nervous. You came round because you needed reassurance and company because you didn't want to watch it on your own.
No, yeah.
So you came round, we all watched it together and sat round while we watched the telly and saw Joe. We saw him, and I heard a scream come from the other room. I seen Joe!
Joe's on the telly.
I don't want him to get hurt. And I'd hate for the boys to see that too. And I think it's just an element of luck. You see it happen every race meet. Somebody gets stretchered off the track, without a doubt.
Or air ambulance.
Or air ambulance, every race meet. And it's a case of, that won't be me, that won't be us.
Don't let it get to me too much, because I have been there. Once you've done it and been in that ambulance, you realise you're not made of glass, and you can take a bit more than you think.
I think motocross has a bit of a bad press.
Yeah.
Sometimes, for people who've never seen it before, as you kind of get this built perception of, I don't know, just people riding dirt bikes around the streets and not realising that takeaway to the sport, and it's all about the families. When we first found out we were having Seth, I felt really happy, and it felt natural that he was going to be brought up and introduced into the culture.
When you start worrying, start second guessing yourself, that's when you have a crash and end up in hospital or whatever. So now it's just a case of get everything ready and we turn up, and I'm straight on the line pretty much. When they put the 5-second board up and you just look at the gate, it's like daring it to drop, and when it does, just full on go.